Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to General Hospital spoilers, people are curious about Aidan Weber's love prospects now that Colin Cassidy is playing the role. Although Cassidy appears to be older than Aidan's earlier incarnations, he is a capable actor who seems to be able to handle compelling material. Lucky Spencer is back and eager to get back in touch with Aidan, which is fantastic news. After spending so much time apart, Aidan and Lucky's reunion won't be simple, but we have hope that they will succeed in the end. It's time to consider Aidan's love interest now that the show has chosen a permanent Aidan recast. When Aidan was younger, GH writers started setting the foundation for him to be gay, and Elizabeth Baldwin followed her intuition and went to Lucas Jones for guidance. When Aidan, a teenager, essentially came out to Liz in December 2023, they followed up on that. Aidan eventually admitted to Elizabeth that he was infatuated with a boy called Tobias after telling her that he liked someone in his science class. With a totally encouraging response, Liz piqued viewers' curiosity about the possibility of meeting Tobias in the future. Although that hasn't happened yet, now that Colin Cassidy has been cast to play Aidan, things could change. Could Tobias or another student who has captured Aidan's attention be cast for the show? Aidan hasn't identified himself yet, of course, so it's possible that he likes ladies in addition to boys. Nevertheless, the plot of the show has been building to Aidan's pairing with a different guy for a while, so they might stay with it. Remember that abandoned plot from earlier this year, when Aidan was obviously being tormented by other students at school? Aidan appeared to be the focus of discrimination because of the pink paint that was all over his bag and in his hair. In any event, it would be good to see Aidan and Lucky have some in-depth discussions regarding his life right now and any people he's interested in. This would be a great opportunity for Lucky to gain his son's trust and provide the same support that Liz did. We'll give you updates on their bonding sessions and forecasts for when Aidan will feel more comfortable opening up to Lucky, according to General Hospital spoilers. According to General Hospital spoilers, a brand new sneak peek video gives fans a look at a much-anticipated reunion. Lucky Spencer hasn't been a significant part of Aidan Weber's life in a long time, but they both want that to change. Aidan and Lucky had to start somewhere, even if it won't be simple after spending so many years apart without speaking. When Lucky exits the GH elevator on October 7th, he will see Aidan standing just in front of him. There will be some awkwardness as Lucky yells Aidan's name and gets him to turn around. He will then apologize for not getting back to you. While Lucky acknowledges that Aidan has been busy, he also says it's not an excuse. Elizabeth Baldwin will see the awkward exchange taking place in the vicinity and intervene. Liz will gently suggest to the father and son that a break room would be a better setting for their reunion than the hospital hub. The sneak peek video shows Aidan looking enthusiastic and eager as Elizabeth leads them away for some quiet. However, Lucky seemed genuinely afraid that he may ruin this and leave Aidan with lifelong scars. Now that he's back and attempting to be a dad, it's obvious that Lucky feels a little out of his element. Although Lucky isn't used to this, he will try his best to get in touch with Aidan and express his regret. Given that he nearly always needs to be the one to reach out to Lucky, Aidan feels conflicted about his father. It has made Aidan feel like an afterthought and hindered their ability to develop a genuine relationship. Lucky will therefore issue a formal apology and acknowledge that he has been avoiding his parental duties for far too long. Lucky probably won't promise to stick around unless he really does mean it, as he promised Liz he wouldn't make any promises he couldn't keep. If Aidan will allow it, Lucky might reassure him that he wants to attempt being a true dad and that he wants to make an effort. Even though Aidan and Lucky are having issues, he secretly longs for his father's approval. Even though Aidan prides himself on being a mama's boy, he ought to welcome Lucky into the picture and take this excellent news into account. According to General Hospital spoilers, Lucky and Aidan will face challenges along the way. However, based on our predictions, Liz will likely mentor them and we anticipate some happy news regarding their love. Now that he's back in Port Charles, Lucky is just as good as Lulu. Laura is still missing as he undergoes last-minute testing to ensure everything is in order before the transplant. Ludicrous fortunately, Laura is scheduled to return next week, so we won't be without her for too long. I started to worry that Lulu would wake up before returning to the city. I'm eager to find out what kept them. Has Kevin misplaced his passport? We still don't know Lucky's outcome, and we don't know if he will be able to give his liver to save Lulu. That will happen on Monday, as I mentioned. I continue to believe that his liver will fail the test, necessitating Charlotte's intervention to preserve Lulu's life. It's the only explanation for Valentine's audacity to go back to Port Charles at this time. The scenes between Elizabeth and Lucky were amazing, particularly when she refused to inform Lucky about their kid because she believed Aiden should tell his father about their boy's history. I hope Liz will have a more upbeat plot now that Lucky is back, rather than one that is depressing. Lucky needs to be well soon. This week, we also welcomed a new Aiden. Even though Cassidy resembles Lucky more than the other two actors, he still seems a little too mature to be Elizabeth's youngest kid. I'm not feeling at all like a baker with him. To be honest, he seems a little too cool to be Aiden. I sincerely hope that his character won't be completely rewritten. Given Brad's past unethical behavior, Miss High and Mighty Portia became apprehensive about him returning to work at the hospital. She ought to speak. She was obviously concerned that he would find out that she had changed Heather's test results. The situation worsened for the doctor when Ava spoke openly with Rick after he discovered that someone at the hospital had modified Heather's cobalt test results solely from General Hospital. It was funny and really accurate that she added, "It wouldn't be the first time." Ava offered to assist Portia after promptly alerting her about Rick, without revealing that she was the one who had first told him about her. Even though I don't like Portia, I respect their relationship and their willingness to stand up for Trina. Even so, I still want to see Portia get exposed and punished for this, even though it appears that Ava and Portia may ultimately blame Brad for it. In relation to medical professionals, Van Hansis has returned to portray Lucas. I'm excited to see him as Lucas because I never saw him on As the World Turns. I'm impressed so far. Given that he has made it plain that he doesn't want to see Brad, who might be his next romantic interest? It appears that a new character may be needed unless the show manages to bring Felix back. Since Natalia is the only person we have left, maybe her estranged son will show up and start dating Lucas. Not that Natalia would adore that. According to General Hospital previews for Monday, October 7th, Willow Corinthos will make an effort to forget about Drew Quartermaine and concentrate on her family with Michael Corinthos. There will be some topics for Michael and Willow to discuss now that Lucas Jones is back in the area and prepared to take on a role in Wiley Corinthos' life. Willow appears to be suggesting that they work things out together, which may cause Michael to relive some painful memories of the baby switch. There will undoubtedly be some tearful moments when Lucas visits Bobby Spencer's grave at the cemetery in the interim. Harrison Chase and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine will have to deal with some startling revelations from Violet Finn's principal. Brooke Lynn and Chase were already aware that Violet had hit a child, Garth, for calling her father an alcoholic. Violet and Chase had a lovely conversation, but it might not have been enough to keep her from facing some serious penalties at school. In the GH teaser video, Chase appears perplexed as he poses inquiries. If this isn't the first time an issue has arisen since Hamilton Finn entered treatment, the principal may decide to announce Violet's expulsion as a result. Violet, for her part, will ask Tracy Quartermaine for guidance on what to do if Finn is disparaged by someone else. In Monday's GH episode, Lois Cerullo will also have a disturbing moment. It remains to be seen if this has anything to do with the Violet drama or possibly a secret. Lois might be worried if something happens to jeopardize the long-kept secret that Brooke Lynn is Giovanni Gio Palmieri's biological mother, as the show has been making suggestions that she may be. Robert Scorpio will inform Diane Miller that Holly Sutton is back in town in another scene, but he will reassure her that their relationship is stable. Holly will answer the door at her hotel suite anticipating room service and will look surprised to see someone else. Jack Brennan appears to be making an appearance, as he will have a fascinating interaction with Holly in Monday's episode. After that, Terry Randolph and Elizabeth Baldwin will review Lucky Spencer's last test results in the hopes that everything will proceed according to plan for Lulu Spencer's liver transplant. Lucky will finally get to see Aiden Weber after all these years, and he'll admit he owes his son a big apology. We'll see how Aiden reacts to Lucky's first real attempt to mend things and establish a connection with him. General Hospital spoilers state Aiden may keep his guard up out of concern that Lucky may forsake him again, but our predictions point to them forming a better bond over time. The Friday, October 4th General Hospital teaser teases Violet Finn having to be picked up early from school after fighting with a boy called Garth. Violet punched Garth because he had labeled Hamilton Finn a drinker and had continued to talk about his stint in treatment. Violet was taken upstairs to change when Brooklyn Quartermain showered her with grape juice in retaliation from Garth. Violet was appreciated by Harrison Chase for being honest with them, but he also cautioned her that her actions could have repercussions. A call stating that the principal needed to meet Violet's guardian immediately alarmed Brooklyn. Ava Jerome advised Rick Lansing at the gallery not to investigate any possibility of tampering with Heather Weber's results because GH might use their own lawyers to delay the case. Before taking departure, Rick understood someone had to be protected by Ava. Following that, Ava went to see Portia Robinson at her workplace and confronted her about the results manipulation that Rick was aware of. At first, Portia attempted to deny it, but Ava was certain it was her and didn't hold it against her for attempting to keep Trina Robinson safe. Ava eventually convinced Portia that she was accountable by stating that she would stop at nothing to keep her own daughter safe. Ava insisted on helping Trina because she knew that if her mother's job failed, Trina would blame herself. That being said, Ava wished Portia would just shut up and stop making a big deal out of herself. In addition to the fact that Rick might snoop around for Heather's benefit, Portia was worried about Brad Cooper working in the lab now. Ava thought she could handle Rick, and she soon received a call informing her that he was trying to have the case thrown out. Regarding Ava's enigmatic buddy, Rick maintained that they should stay that way. They hugged after Lucky Spencer dropped by Sonny Corinthos' office. Lucky felt that his father would have been disappointed that he had ever left, while Sonny believed that Luke Spencer would be happy for him for returning. Following Sonny's inspirational speech on fathers and sons, Lucky visited the hospital to meet up with Isaiah Gannon. Next, Trina attempted to reschedule Giovanni Gio Palmieri's violin performance at the gallery, but after Ava shoved Christina Corinthos Davis out of the window, he lost interest. Trina walked away and tried calling around to see if she could get another violinist. Jocelyn Jacks had Gio and Trina make up after realizing there was tension when she arrived. Gio ultimately consented to perform the concert in Trina's honor and wait for the court to rule on Ava's guilt. Lucas Jones was welcomed home by Carly Spencer. Lucas discussed his desire to make a fresh start in Port Charles again, which included leaving Boston and taking a job at GH. After the baby exchange was made public, it was difficult to be near Wiley Corinthos, but Lucas was now prepared to become an uncle. Lucas looked for updates after Jocelyn informed him about Carly and Sonny's potential participation. But in the end, Lucas made the decision to return later for further information, and he managed to locate Brad at the hospital lab. Brad was happy to see Lucas, but his happiness was short-lived. Lucas was just there to provide clarification regarding his return to GH, which explains why. Brad was Brad's only business partner, he didn't want to talk to him about anything else. Lucas wasn't against Brad, he just wasn't interested in hanging around thinking about the past. Carly spoke with Pozzolo about Alexis Davis and the need to clear her name when she got to his place. Sonny believed that locating the gun that Alexis threw away would be crucial in demonstrating that it wasn't the one that murdered John Jagger Cates. Sonny promised to give himself up if it came down to it because Carly was worried about what would happen if the weapon wasn't recovered. We'll bring you more drama predictions as General Hospital spoilers indicate that if Alexis' condition worsens, Sonny might be pressured into making a confession. Thursday, October 3rd General Hospital spoilers tease that Elizabeth Baldwin sat with Lucky Spencer and gave him a hug while he was eating a burger at Bobby's. Liz received information from Lucky regarding the issue surrounding Jen Sidwell and he gave her his word that he wouldn't break any pledges he made to Aidan Weber. Lucky accompanied Liz to GH since she had to go to work. Molly Lansing Davis visited Alexis Davis at Pentonville and encouraged her to take the necessary steps to win her release. Part of Alexis' defense involved putting Sonny Corinthos under the bus. Molly said that despite search attempts, the weapon Alexis disposed of was remained missing. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.